now confirmed that there was indeed a woman who was with the shooter in the footage that was captured by the houses nearby the area. And for whatever reason, the FBI has not yet released or even acknowledged that that footage exists. I just want to say that I feel like at the beginning of this investigation, I was very clear. I said there will be no fakeness and there will be no gayness in this investigation. And apparently there were some people who did not take me seriously or literally, because there are a lot of little lies being told, right? Charlie gets assassinated, and the very people who were threatening him reputationally and financially are now trying to memorialize him.
What started as a quiet, private moment between husband and wife has suddenly turned into one of the most emotional revelations of the year. Candace Owens just shared a deeply personal message Charlie Kirk wrote to his wife, and fans around the world can't stop talking about it. It's raw, it's unexpected, and it reveals a side of the outspoken conservative figure that no one saw coming. But what exactly did he write? And why are people calling this the most human moment of his career? Stay with me, because this story only gets more emotional from here. Charlie Kirk is best known as the founder of Turning Point USA, one of the most influential conservative youth organizations in America. He's a sharp debater, a polarizing figure, and someone rarely associated with vulnerability. Candace Owens, on the other hand, is one of his closest allies and often one of the few people he trusts to speak candidly about his personal life. Recently, during a deeply emotional segment on her podcast, Candace did something that stunned even her most loyal followers. She opened up about a handwritten letter Charlie had written to his wife, Erika, a letter that was never meant to be public. According to Candace, Charlie shared it with her during a private conversation about marriage, loyalty, and purpose. But what she decided to do next has taken social media by storm. The letter wasn't just sweet, it was profoundly revealing, painting a picture of a man struggling to balance his public mission with his private devotion. And for someone as fiercely political as Charlie, it offered a rare glimpse into his heart, a side that even longtime supporters had never seen before. But what exactly did the letter say? And why has it struck such a powerful chord with millions online? Let's break it down, and once you hear the words he used, you'll understand why even his critics were left speechless. According to Candace, the letter was written on the couple's anniversary, but instead of posting a polished tribute on social media like most public figures, Charlie chose to write something deeply personal. And Candace read a portion of it on air. It began with a confession: "I don't deserve the kind of love you've given me, but I wake up every day trying to be worthy of it." From there, he went on to describe how his wife had been the anchor in his life, especially during the moments when the public pressure became almost unbearable. He admitted that without her strength, his work might have consumed him entirely. The words were raw and honest. Charlie talked about how politics can often feel like a battlefield, one that tests your character, your patience, and your soul. But in the chaos, he wrote, Erika was the calm. She was the reason he still believed in goodness when the headlines made it hard to. And perhaps most striking of all, he wrote, "When history forgets my name, I hope it remembers yours, because you're the reason I stood tall." For a man who's built a career on fiery speeches and unapologetic convictions, this was a completely different tone. It wasn't the voice of a pundit or a strategist. It was the voice of a husband vulnerable, grateful, and deeply in love. But as emotional as this was, it's what Candace said next that truly broke the internet. Candace Owens isn't known for being easily moved, but even she admitted that reading Charlie's words left her speechless. During her podcast, her voice cracked as she explained why this letter hit her so hard. "It reminded me," she said, "that behind every strong public figure, there's often someone stronger standing quietly beside them. We celebrate the speeches, the rallies, the debates, but rarely the quiet sacrifices made in the shadows." Candace went on to say that Erika Kirk's role in Charlie's journey has been underestimated, not because she's invisible, but because she's chosen to be. "She's the strength that doesn't ask for recognition," Candace added. "She's the reason he's able to fight those battles every single day." Her words ignited a wave of emotional responses online. Fans flooded the comments, calling the letter beautiful, inspirational, and a reminder of what real love looks like. Some even shared their own stories of partners who supported them through storms, creating an outpouring of deeply personal reflections across social media platforms. But not everyone saw it as just a touching love letter. Some believe it revealed a hidden message about Charlie's future. As fans dissected the letter, many began noticing something deeper in Charlie's words, almost like he was hinting at a new chapter in his life. His repeated references to legacy, history, and standing tall suggested he may be thinking beyond his current political mission. Some analysts believe the letter reflects Charlie's evolving priorities, that he's no longer just focused on shaping political discourse, but also on building a family and a legacy that lasts beyond the headlines. It reads almost like a man coming to terms with what truly matters, one commentator wrote. Fame fades, influence fades, but the people who stand by you, they're what define you. Candace herself echoed that sentiment, saying the letter reminded her that love and purpose aren't separate from leadership, they're the foundation of it. It was a powerful message, especially in a political climate often defined by division and ego. This emotional shift might even signal a broader transformation in how Charlie approaches his public life. Could this be the beginning of a more introspective, family-focused chapter for one of America's most prominent conservative voices? Many fans think so, and they're eager to see what comes next. And as more public figures react, the emotional weight of this moment is only growing. Prominent voices from across the political and cultural spectrum have weighed in on the letter. Commentator Megyn Kelly described it as a rare and refreshing moment of authenticity in a world addicted to performance. Ben Shapiro called it a reminder that the strength of our public institutions often begins with the strength of our private relationships. Even critics who have clashed with Charlie in the past acknowledge the humanity of the moment. I don't agree with his politics, one columnist wrote, but as a husband and father myself, I felt every word. It's the kind of message that transcends ideology. Fans, too, continue to share their emotional responses. Many said the letter inspired them to express gratitude to their own partners. Others said it reminded them of the importance of love as the foundation of resilience, not just in politics, but in life itself. And that brings us to the bigger picture, why this story matters far beyond one man and one letter. In a time when headlines are dominated by conflict, outrage, and division, Charlie Kirk's letter and Candace Owens' decision to share it stands out as something profoundly human. It's a reminder that even the loudest voices have quiet hearts, and that behind every public fight, there's often a private love that makes it all possible. Fans are still talking about it, still sharing it, and still wiping away tears as they read those words again and again. And if this emotional revelation is any sign, we may be witnessing a new chapter not just for Charlie and Erika Kirk, but for the entire conversation around love, loyalty, and legacy in public life. And trust me, the story isn't over, because what Candace just hinted at next could change everything about how we see this power couple. Don't miss our next deep dive, it's going to get even more interesting.